When did you guys start your podcast? It's new.
Yeah. When the fuck was
you
that?
guys have
not new, but we haven't done video yet. Video is gonna be new. Right now we're just doing audio only. And
How many episodes?
In the 30s, maybe. I don't even know.
That's new, Michael.
Hey, it is. What is it you guys like about the podcast medium? Do you enjoy it?
It's just like an open conversation. Like I have so much shit on my mind that I wish I could say on YouTube, but like YouTube is just not the place. That's for like premium entertainment and like
we're starting to try to make it the
yeah,
place.
we are like in the process of slowly making it the place just because it's like we can't sustain with like
just Mike, I actually heard you say something
shit.
At one point about either retire or reinvent.
Yeah.
And I was actually like really thinking about that just because we've been like at a point where we just like have been really confused as to what to do with the content.
Join the club, boys.
Yeah, facts.
Join the club.
Yeah.
Y'all have been doing this forever.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I feel like I've been kind of like trapped in my 17-year-old body as soon as the fucking camera turns on because I'm like, this is what my audience likes. I have to act the same way that I did when it was working. And I mean, it will work, but I'm gonna go fucking insane. We just tried to film a video, and it like completely failed just because I was like, I don't feel like myself when the camera's
sorry, I don't know.
No, go.
Like I'm a 20-year-old dude, and that's who I am. And like my fans are kind of the opposite. Like our demographics like 78 to 80% female, and they're our age, but it's like kind of like the opposite, of me, in a lot of ways. So like, it's hard to find like the balance between what you want to film and then what people are gonna like. What they want to see, because like a lot of shit just doesn't like.
It doesn't hit for
and
sure.
Yeah, we've been talking about it, like just going more and more into like deeper discussion, just try to figure out what to fucking do. And like we've come to some realizations about how like we haven't really been living our lives as like dudes. Like I just started skateboarding a lot more with my friends. I've been making friends in the skate scene.
Just hanging out.
And just hanging out.
Just
because
I
knew
don't do any of that.
Yeah, I knew that if I like I try to make every day productive.
We don't hang out at all. And do you mean starting to produce content around that? Because what I'm noticing, by the way, is that in the past, YouTube has been a relatively soft platform. Not to call LP and his earlier day stuff soft, but like in a lot of ways, it catered to a younger audience. There was a larger female fan base. Now, in the days of the Nelk Boys, in the days of the Night Shift, in the days of even Adam 22 and some of this more risque adult style content, I think that the platform is starting and the audience there is starting to shift at least slightly to be more accepting of that kind of energy. And I think that will behoove you guys and benefit you guys to start to showcase some more of the authentic and real you.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna start going for, to be honest.
You have to.
I realized
you're gonna be fucking miserable. You just described it. Like
we were beyond
mid shoot. Did you break down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We drove. Listen, this just happened like a few days ago. We're like, oh, let's drive to Oregon. We've always wanted to go to Oregon, but let's make a video out of it because it's a fucking waste of time if we don't.
Trips.
So we're 8 hours in, like 600 some miles, whatever the fuck that is. And we're just like, fuck this. We turned around and came back.
Y'all turned around.
Came back.
Yeah. Full breakdown.
Full breakdown.
How frustrating.
That was
frustrating.
You have no idea. And then we want to beat the fuck out of each other. And it's your fault. No, it's your fault. And then.
But back to what he was saying about it being a waste of time. Like we don't want anything to be a waste of time. As you know, like your job is you. Like that's your business. Like every single day you have to document what you're doing, or else you start to see the numbers slip, and then it affects you mentally. And then it's like, all right, I have to just completely like give up all my hobbies and everything just so that I can get views on shit that my audience will receive daily. So I wouldn't go skateboarding, I wouldn't go cliff jumping, I wouldn't do like this like man type shit, this dude stuff that I wanted to do. I didn't have any friends who were into that stuff because I was like, oh, my audience isn't gonna want to see it. Like I have to.
Therefore, I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
First piece of advice is remove yourself from the numbers. That's the healthiest. It's next to impossible being a creator because numbers dictate in a way your success. But the faster you can remove yourself from a view count, translating to how happy you are, the healthier you're going to be.
But is it possible?
It's possible.
It's easy for the guy whose view count is always high as fuck.
No, guys, no.
I'm just
Bro,
kidding.
there was a period. I remember, like
you
between
went down to 2.5 million views.
Not even between 1 and 2 million views.
I hear you.
I was reinventing, trying to do new formats, bro. I did a fucking cartoon on my main channel. I did a episodic sketch series with Evan called was it Best Friends? Best Friends. Yeah, like I just tried to experiment with new formats, and eventually I found a model that worked for me, and now I'm like happy every day I try to create. You guys still sound like you're very much stuck in the rut
we're where you were when you were trying to like do all
but
this.
So when you were in that point, and your numbers were low, was it affecting you every day?
It was.
So right now, like I know what you're saying totally, and like I appreciate it, and I'm like trying to listen to that advice the best I can, because I'm telling myself every day. But like when your numbers aren't where they once were, or where you like want them to be, I don't know if there's a way around feeling like shit.
Mr. Beast has this advice for creators with this problem is picture it like a challenge. Stay optimistic.
Oh yeah, that's how we just labeled it. We labeled it the game lately, and like, it makes it fun.
Exactly. Yo, how can I do better? This not quite resonating with our audience, and also you guys are in a bit of a difficult position where your audience is like a super dynamic, ever-changing group of people, i.e. young women who are becoming women, adults, like fully fledged people with hobbies and interests that they weren't excited about when they were 14.
Yeah.
And so now it's not only do you have to do a bit of reinventing publicly, but personally, because the more that you personally are going to be able to just be yourselves on camera, you're going to garner a new audience that has new interests and new hobbies. Like, bro, I'm 60-70% male. Y'all should honestly be probably skewing the same way. Like you said, you have an interest in doing more dude shit and skating and cliff jumping. Like lean into that. You're growing up. You're growing up.
Never underestimate the ability you have to shift your audience. Instead of trying so hard, super hard to cater to the current audience. I mean, he's a shining example of this. He aged up, he mailed up through the creation of the content that he was doing, through the collaborations he was doing. And so, you know, it's definitely possible. And another piece of advice, and I think the place where most really successful creators lose right off the bat is they get married to the idea that they are getting a shit ton of views. Nobody's going to maintain that view count for an extended period of time. Maybe a handful of people. But even when you look at the best in the world, the biggest, most subscribed in the world, look at PewDiePie. I mean, he gets 3 to 4 million, you know, maybe 5 million views per video. I'm not knocking him, but people need to understand that this shit is fucking fleeting. When I started getting 3 to 6 to 8 million views on my YouTube videos, everything I remind myself every day was, tomorrow this goes away. Tomorrow this goes away. So when it goes away, you ain't surprised. You're not stressed out about it. You know what doesn't go away? A book about mental health. A long-form piece of content that you're fucking proud of. Yeah. How are you diversifying your game to create shit that, regardless of how it's accepted by the general public, you are happy about the product you put into the fucking world?
We've definitely had a lot of projects that we're really happy about putting out.
Yeah.
That was great. I really like that.